The Minnesota Timberwolves are not looking really good this year, and I'm going to talk a lot about what is going on with them this season. What's up, guys? It's your boy Gatsuchu, and we're back with another video. Today, we're going to be talking about the Minnesota Timberwolves and what is going on this season, a month in. What is happening with this team offensively, defensively, and we're going to get deeper into that. Before we get into that, make sure you guys like and subscribe so you don't miss another video. I'm going to be making videos every single week, so stay tuned for new videos and don't forget to turn on notifications so you're alerted when I make a new video. The Minnesota Timberwolves this season started pretty rough. Of course, with them losing Karl-Anthony Towns, they lost a lot of impact in many aspects. And we're going to talk about the main things I've seen so far this season from them and just overall what has been lost and hopefully what they can do to bring that back. And I'll bring a few factors as to what the things are. Number one, I do want to mention their effort. It's been very mediocre, very, very low effort from the Timberwolves. Defensively, offensively, they haven't really been showing any effort so far this season. There have been a lot of possessions that just look ridiculous. Jaden McDaniels, who I expected to be a step up this season defensively for his great, prowess defensively that was shown last season. I thought there was going to be more of that this season, or a bit of a step up, but we didn't see that. He was not great this season so far to start defensively. And another player that really comes to mind, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. I thought I was going to see some great defensive effort from him this season. And honestly, Naz Reid offensively, I was expecting a step up this season offensively. He's been all right, not great, just decent. And then also Julius Randle and Donte DiVincenzo, the guys that they actually acquired, especially Donte DiVincenzo. I expected more offense from him this season, but he's kind of had a bit of a down year offensively. But we will get to Julius Randle in the later part. I also want to bring up, now that we're on the topic of offense, the spacing has been horrible this year. We knew that there was going to be at least a bit of a decrease spacing wise from the Timberwolves, given that they had lost one of the best shooting big men ever. Obviously there's going to be a decrease in offense, but I didn't expect this significant of a decrease, if not just a complete lack of it, because the Timberwolves have had a lot of possessions where it just seemed like they didn't know what to do and they just passed it to Anthony Edwards. And the whole point of getting DiVincenzo was to make Anthony Edwards driving in the paint life much easier. It hasn't gotten easier. And that's kind of been really what's been a huge problem for the Timberwolves this season, the lack of spacing, which is what they hope to get this season after getting DiVincenzo. And then a third problem, and this is a singular person, Julius Randle. Julius Randle has been really bad for them in the last stretch of games. There's been a lot of really bad moments, him arguing with Rudy Gobert. If you saw in the last few games, there's been even moments where he's kind of just clearly not tapped into the game. He's not tuned in. He's not in the zone. He's just kind of lost. There's been a lot of moments like that, a lot of possessions, a lot of miscommunication possessions and moments throughout the season so far from him, and especially with him and Rudy Gobert. He's not in tune chemistry-wise with Anthony Edwards, so that's going to be something to look at this season. And then, just overall, he's not really been that impactful. He had a game winner, I'll admit, but other than that, he's not really had any extremely impactful games for the Timberwolves that led to wins necessarily. As a Knicks fan, this is kind of expected, as Julius Randle's been that type of player where he's not necessarily extremely impactful to the team overall when it comes to winning, but he does, add the stats. He kind of have a 20, 10 a game, and the team would still lose by like 50. Like that's the kind of player he just has become and has evolved into, unfortunately. So it's a little disappointing. I was hoping that there would be a bit of a change, but I guess you can't really just assume that's gonna happen. But overall, I think it is just a month. Maybe they'll figure it out, and we'll probably see a better version of the team going later on into the latter part of the season. I hope that happens because I don't really want to see another player waste his prime on a very disappointing franchise. We've seen enough of that. So hopefully the Timberwolves can figure it out and turn it around for Anthony Edwards. They have a great player. They really don't want to miss this opportunity. They really don't want to do that. But what do you guys think of this season so far for the Minnesota Timberwolves? Do you think that this is going to be how the season continues? Do you think that there's hope? Put it in the comments, and I'd love to converse with you guys about that. Thanks for watching, guys, and as always, until next time.